How's it going, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Here's the Craic podcast. We are back again with a solo episode. Yay! How have you found recording the solo episodes with our little segments?
Good. Didn't have much of a choice, like.
Didn't have much of an opinion either.
Here we go.
Strange and startling. Does any use want to kickstart? What have you found this week? Anything strange and startling, lads?
I'll go.
Oh,
Nolan,
taking control.
Nolan's in the news again.
Oh,
is it?
Yeah. So this is today, 2 hours ago, fresh. So depending on when this podcast goes out. So basically, the headline is Stephen Nolan accused of corrupting BBC job interview by DUP MP.
Right.
Oh, who da?
So Gregory Campbell has made the claim.
Okay.
Basically, he's being accused of giving someone interview questions for the interview.
Right.
So I think like corrupting's a bit extreme, but like he's basically came out and made like saying it's unfair and he's rigged it and all, and he basically said because the unsuccessful applicants didn't lose out necessarily because they were unprepared for the interview process, they lost because unlike the winning candidate, the presenter did not ring them up and give them the interview questions in advance.
Oh.
Nor were they treated to a nice meal by the presenter before the interview.
So was this a job interview?
Yeah.
Oh,
For
right.
the
I thought you meant
BBC.
like an interview as in like a,
No, for the BBC, like for a job. Like.
That's weird.
So I thought it was interesting because like I feel like if you wasn't a big name, like realistically, if you knew someone and they were interviewing for a role and they were your mate, like you'd help them out with the interview. Like.
Yeah.
Is it that bad? Is my question. In my opinion, it's been a bit blown out of proportion. Like.
Is it the position of power that he holds that makes it the
sounding familiar to a certain
we keep going back to Mr. Tuberty.
Let's not.
But if it was
thinking
your
about
mate,
Tuberty, I was
is
thinking
it
about
his mate,
someone else.
like, or
I don't know. We must like know him or in some way if he was helping him out. Like,
So
if one of you was getting a job at my place, I feel a bit loud.
do you?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
If I was, or if one of you was going for a job interview in my place and I knew the interview questions, like, I'd give you some, like,
Yeah. You'd be a mate, like.
absolutely. I'd be such a dick if I didn't.
Yeah. I'd probably do the same, to be fair. But like, how different would the interview questions be? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But like, if it wasn't Nolan interviewing them,
No, but like, he must have got the questions or knew or somewhere.
probably
Like.
put a good word in.
You still need your personality to
Take
shine
that.
through, like,
Yeah.
rather than like they can answer the questions how they might think they want to hear them. They're not telling them what they want to hear.
You'd
Them.
be a
Yeah.
bit raging if you were the guy who got the job, like, because as much as like fair enough
Yeah,
if
you
you got
wouldn't
the
feel like you
interview
earned it.
questions, like you still have to prepare. You still
Yeah.
have to show up and do a good job.
Yeah. You wouldn't feel
Exactly.
like you've earned it in a way.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Dirty.
Did
dirty
it did
boy.
it name the guy? Or?
No.
No.
And is he getting the job? Is he?
They must have got the job, like. If it's made the news, I think it might have been a couple of years
I
ago.
feel like it wouldn't have been as big of a deal if it wasn't for the fact that it was him. Like, it wouldn't have held the same gravitas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just looking
If
through
I
it.
didn't know him with Carla,
Yeah.
Like, is it weird that he went for
Mr.
dinner and all
Cat-
with them and all, and it was
Mr.
all very
It's-
cushy?
That's a bit sus, but like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you were interviewing for like a role in the company that I worked for, and I went, "Oh, here, just let you make you aware," like a couple of things that come up in the interview questions for me, interviewing a similar role, was like, "Tell me about your experience," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like, it would just be
Yeah.
casual, like. But I think that's a accusations. are
Mr.
being-
How does Gregory Campbell know?
I don't know. It says his allegations appear to refer to a BBC recruitment process in 2016.
Oh, it's way back then.
So
Oh, right.
petty as well. Like, how's
Yeah.
that made the news? Like,
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Gregory.
Gregory
Campbell.
Campbell,
Who-
DUP
DP.
MP.
Get back and do your real job. Like,
Don't get me started.
like
Too
actually,
much time on
It's
his
more
hands.
go-
the fact that that's made the news.
What-
BBC News. that
what
was
are
on,
they
like.
doing? Like, I don't want to be political, but what the heck is going on that is what their focus is on?
There was a big riot in the debate
Must
the other
have
day
been
in
a
Lisburn,
lot.
wasn't there?
Yeah.
What
And
about
they're
it?
all
Go back to
fucking
work.
having it out about it now.
Penny
they
children.
Need to fucking do something about it.
Yeah.
But like people do that in companies, like like if say the likes of LinkedIn, someone messaged you and like, like your CV and shit, you want to go for a coffee, meet up, and I'll tell you a bit about the business.
Yeah.
But like you go for an interview after that, like
I like that though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Yeah.
especially the older
I think
you
that has
get,
become the norm now, though,
when
hasn't
you
it?
get experience as well, like,
Yeah.
and you've more options open, you can actually just, it's more casual, I think, than
And
it
as
is.
well as that, there's nothing wrong for like in today's sort of times, like, you know, if you spot someone what you genuinely think has potential and a good work drive, you want to see them in the business that you're working in because they're going to take it to the new level. You know what I mean? It'll help it grow. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I know, you're right.
But speaking of claims being made, I found this week.
Oh,
Woman who made fake cancer claims fined and ordered to repay the money to donors. So pretty much this girl, Madison Russo, she never had pancreatic cancer, leukemia, or a football-sized tumour wrapped around her spine, but she claimed on social media that she did and started fundraising pages. So,
Jesus.
This woman falsely claimed to have cancer to fundraise money, has been ordered to pay $40,000, but will stay out of prison. So she's 20 years of age, and she claimed that she had all this stuff, and started all these fundraising pages, but she basically documented her battle with cancer on social media, receiving donations from more than 400 people. She was given probation and a 10-year suspended sentence on Friday. If she stays out of trouble for 3 years of probation, she will stay out of prison. She was ordered to pay back $39,000 and also paid a fine of $1,300. This was her excuse, which I thought was quite weird. But she basically said, handing down the sentence, the judge said, through this scheme, you deceived your friends, your family, your community, and other cancer victims, charities, and strangers who were motivated by your supposed tragic story. But she basically came out and told the court she made the story because she hoped her fake cancer battle would force her troubled family to focus on her. So a lot of people
Jesus Christ.
have made speculation as to why she did what she did. And basically, she said, I didn't do this for money or greed. I didn't do this for attention. I did this as an attempt to get my family back together.
That's just a way of getting her sentence shortened? Like, isn't
There's
it?
no way of like,
I fully acknowledge what I did was wrong, and I'm incredibly sorry. She said through sobbing, if there was anything I could do to take it back, I would, but the reality is I can't. So I think basically she had like family trouble.
I
so
was starting the fucking GoFundMe
Yeah, right,
page.
that's what I was
to
fundraising.
help the family.
So
like,
she started out. Yeah, exactly. But like, this is the type of thing where, like, I read it the other day and I scrolled down. I was like, this is just one of them scenarios where your back's up against the wall and you're like, but I did it to reunite my family. Please leave.
Her lawyers definitely told her to sell up to try and get her sentence shortened.
Yeah, but the whole thing was she had like no criminal history or whatever, so she didn't like. But like, I think that's mad.
what are people
like-
like for fame these days though?
Fame, but then also like it also just goes to show how like if that's one story, you imagine how many other people have maybe done that, started GoFundMe pages and stuff, and like
Get away with it. Like.
never.
I didn't know that was illegal though.
What?
What's she done?
It's probably because she got money for it. I'd say she was like,
Yeah.
there
It's
was-
fraud.
But even if
It's fraud, yeah.
even if it's GoFundMe, it's not like a registered charity,
You lied about it. Want me to look it up? I'll look it up.
is it? Where was it in?
Oran's having none of this.
America.
How was it?
But the thing is,
I'm not saying it's
you
not.
could-
I'm just
I mean,
saying I
you-
didn't know it was.
you
there.
could start a GoFundMe and be like, here, I'm short a bob or two,
Yeah.
donate. There'd be nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
People donate. They want to donate. It's the same thing with like someone leaves in work. Here we're throwing a kitty together. Do you want to do it? Yeah, no bother. It's discretionary. But on the other flip side, it's like, here, I have a terminal illness. Donate to me. You don't have a terminal illness at all.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's the method of how you obtain the money
Yeah.
is
I thought it was just one
Yeah.
of those things that was morally wrong, like
yeah.
That's so
you know,
dark.
going around
It's
collecting money for
dark,
charity
like.
and keeping it.
Yeah, that.
But then it's like, oh, I did it to bring my family together. Well, love, I hate to
Fucking-
tell you now, but any sane family would be like, you're disowned.
Dominic
You're
Toretto.
Absolutely. Orange got the goods.
Yeah, so I was right. If I looked it up, and basically, if you lie and you pretend you have cancer, for example, people give you money. It's for the purposes what they think of helping you through your cancer. And if you don't have cancer, you've defrauded them, which means you can be prosecuted and made guilty of fraud.
There you go.
Oh.
And if that happened in the UK, you could actually get a prison sentence for up to 12 years.
Fuck. What did she get? And she just got
she
a
got a
fine?
suspended sentence for 10 years.
Fuck.
And she got fined. She had to pay all the money back. Plus, she then was fined $1,000. $1,000.
Jeez, she got off lightly.
That's it, lah. You know
Bugger.
yourself.
Can't be at that, hey.
Anything you find this week strange or startling, Shea?
I picked this story earlier thinking this won't be out before Halloween, will it?
No, probably be out after Halloween.
Go with that anyway. So this end of life nurse shares what people see before they die.
Oh.
A hospice
Spooky.
nurse in America has revealed her experience working with palliative care, as well as detailing so many experiences in their final months alive. Los Angeles-based carer Julie McFadden took to TikTok last year to explain a common sign of death: visioning. According to the end of life, Deluna visioning. Who the fuck's Deluna? What a name! Visioning is when dying people believe that they are talking to their deceased loved ones. They can also think that they have come to them or that they are in the room with them. So she put up a clip on social media just explaining what happens and some of the things she's seen.
I thought I was going to a really dark place to film a clip of someone dying. Mum.
So the 40-year-old said that her patients didn't just start seeing their loved ones days before they die. It can happen up to a month before their death. So when they're laying on their deathbed.
What?
And that's how she basically knows someone's going to die.
Oh.
So we've no idea why this happens, Julie elaborated. We are not claiming that they're really seeing these people. We have no idea. But all I can tell you is that healthcare professionals who has worked in this line of work for a very long time, and it happens there all the time. Do you think that actually happens?
I don't know. I would say, if people are in and out of consciousness and like highly not sedated, but like highly medicated and stuff, they maybe see things that, you even hear about people waking up from surgery and like being delirious and having weird dreams or thinking they see people that they don't know and all this here. So I do think there is an element of it that could be true.
Could be truth.
Yeah.
Well, one doctor said that he had a patient that said he had a patient that told him his dog was at the end of the bed and told him his full story, full description and name, told him his wife's, made her smile, and a third said a medium headed to the comment section wrote spirit will tell us what the fuck. But anyway, he said that basically one of the patients he seen the doctor's dead dog at the end of the bed, and it told him the names of all his family, and the doctor hadn't told him any of that before.
That's weird.
So that's freaky.
Why would the dog feel the need to do that then?
It's a bit weird that it was a dog, like. I don't know.
Scooby-Doo. You know what I was actually watching the other day, and we were on the topic of like ghosts and stuff. I was watching like Ghost Adventures, because I went on, and I think it's because it's Halloween or something. It was like the top 10 like scariest ghost adventure moments. You know the show where the three guys go around. They look kind of like the script. They kind of look like the script a little bit. The band, there's like the main guy who's like dark hair. Yeah, but like it's so weird because they go in all these buildings. Like they went in this place in Edinburgh. It was like this abandoned like whatever tunnel or whatever, and they locked them in and all. And then it was like, I feel like sometimes it's so weird to get into it because I'm really skeptical, but like they're like, oh my god, something just touched my back, and you're like, did it though? And then it's like, at this moment, upon reviewing the footage, we see this orb shoot out of Darren's body, and it's like this like light, and you're like, that could be dust. I mean, it could be dust or whatever.
There's never any
somebody
like,
standing there with a light.
Yeah, but then there was one where they like were on this like battlefield from like this old American battle, and they were like, how do we lure the ghosts in? So one of the guys dressed up as this like soldier went into the middle of the field and started shooting, and it was like trying to lure them in. I was like, if I was a ghost from he went out with a musket and started letting off rounds.
All the ghosts getting PTSD.
I looked at Lucinda and I goes, bro, if that was me and I was in that war, the first thing I'd be if I was a ghost lying out there, I'd be like, get to the trenches now, like get away from this guy. You're not gonna. But then they have like the whole. Do you know the thing that they have? It's like a little like looks like a freaking like a Zoom mic recorder or something. They go around and it's like
a dictaphone.
It sounds like that, and then they're like say Annie's the ghost or whatever of the hospital, and they're like, Annie, are you in here? And it's like. And then it stops, and they're like, the peers start freaking out, and then it's like, hello.
Or there's a faint noise, and like to rewind it, play it in rewind, and it's like, oh, she's saying hello to me here. And it sounds nothing.
They have to put it through like 40 like filters to see what's happening in the deep background. You know, it's like a car goes past, and it kind of sounds like yours head.
I don't think so, no. What's your? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you believe in ghosts, Aaron? Oh no.
Deep dive here. I don't believe in the typical. I do believe in the paranormal. I don't believe in the typical sort of connotations of what a ghost is.
What, like demons and stuff you believe in?
Oh, right. So I don't believe.
He's thought about this.
I don't
one.
believe a ghost is somebody who has died coming back to haunt somebody, because I don't think once you're dead, whatever the afterlife is, I don't think you can come back to Earth.
Yeah.
I think it's something evil and demonic pretending to be someone you love to enter your space.
That's an interesting take.
It's a bit dark.
And there's more to that, but I'm not going to go into it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, you know the most common time of the year to die? The top 10 days of the year are between the 30th of December and the 9th of January.
Right.
And that's the top 9 days of the year to die are between
Like it's
30th
in the
of-
best time to die, or it's
No,
just
like the most
number.
popular. Like,
All right. Okay.
it's
fair.
the most common.
It's popular.
Yeah, it's,
Is that
it's
people
just a
have
weird.
choice, like? I picked this.
But
day.
that's what they were saying then, that they think that people have, like, people sort of try and hold on, one last Christmas. You always hear people
Yeah.
saying that, like, they feel that people are actually trying to hold on, and they do manage to hold on to the new year.
Fair play.
Well, that's cool.
Here.
The 6th of January is the most popular day today.
Oh, wow.
There's only one
Interesting.
day. I think it's the 3rd of January is the only day out of them that's not in it.
Welcome back to the Here's the Crack podcast. We talk about
25% more deaths on the 6th of January than there is on the daily average.
Crazy,
There
like.
you go.
That's a week after the new year.
So if you can make it past the 9th of December, people, you're sucking diesel. There you go.
it's all in your head, though.
It's all in your
You
head.
can you can just push on, like.
Keep
push
living.
If you have the mindset, guys,
Don't give up.
you can live forever.
Positive mindset. Anyway, on that note, it's time to get into community crack.
Here we go.
Yeah, so I went back and looked at some of the comments on like a couple of clips, viral clips. So the first one's the Andrew Ryan one where he's talking about the car insurance thing.
Right. Oh, is this the one where
When he was
the
like,
north and the south, but he's insured
if you're
for?
like insured in like Northern Ireland, UK, they'll be like, he's like, I'm insured to drive in Dublin, and they'll be like, yeah, then you're not insured to drive anywhere else.
Right. Okay. On the south of Ireland.
Basically, this guy commented and he was like, I was in the pool on holidays trying to explain to English people I have to change my money to go into the next country, and they thought I was winding them up. Basically, like, the way if you go over to England, you have to get like
Yeah.
English notes, like.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. And then
Oh, right enough. Why is that you actually have good like British made notes? You can't use Northern Irish notes in England.
When I lived in Manchester, I would come home fairly often, and like my family would sometimes give me some cash, like a tenner here and there, stuff like that,
Yeah.
for me coming back, and it was always like Ulster Bank notes,
Yeah.
which I find funny because I don't know if
you're just
it's-
spitting on it. They're like, what
because-
the fuck? is
well,
this shit?
not only that, but Ulster Bank notes are vertical now. The new ones that are
Oh,
like
Oh,
vertical.
yeah.
So
I actually haven't
fucking
seen
English
the notes.
people
Oh.
look at.
Ulster Bank moving to vertical video, bro. Love it.
So like
Get
I
rid of the doubt.
9 by
remember
16.
distinctly being at the theatre in for the world premiere of Back to the Future in
Mhm.
Manchester, and handing them an Ulster Bank note which is vertical,
Yeah.
and she looked at me as if I fucking just picked up a dead crow from outside and just went, there you go, that's what I
This
want
is
for
currency.
my Coke. And I'm a bastard, like, and I argued with her, and I argued, and eventually she took it,
Yeah.
because they can take it. It's not like it's not allowed.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
not like it's not legal currency. Like
Yeah.
no, yeah, it's legal currency, although not legal tender. That's a different thing.
we got a lecture whenever we were on honeymoon in Greece.
Mm.
So we went to see this. We went to Lindos, and when you go up, you can see these like ruins.
Right.
And as we were coming up, the girl was like, "Oh, entry," and we went, "Yeah, sure." And she was like, "It's €24 each," and I went, "Okay." And she was like, "Have you got? Are you?" She said something like EU or whatever. Where are you from or something? And me and Lucinda just immediately went, "Oh, we're from Ireland."
Yeah.
And she went, "Oh, great. I can do it for you for £6." And I went, "Okay." And she was like, "Do you have your passports?" And we went, "Oh yeah." Or do you have ID? And me and Lucinda had our driver's license. And I went, "Oh yeah, I have mine." So I handed her, but it was a UK driving license.
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, you're not part of Europe." And I went, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "Your UK passport, you said you were from Ireland." And I was like, "I am from Ireland." And she was like, where from? And I went, well, I'm Northern Ireland.
Ballymena.
I'm from Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
And she went, Northern Ireland is part of the UK. And I went, oh! No, I was like, I think if you refer to the Here's the Crack comment section, you'll find otherwise. She proper was just like, and then she gave me a lecture on my own country. And I was like, okay. I literally just picked up the passport offer and she was like, I will do for £12. And I went, and then I was like, right, okay.
You should have been like, we have the choice to identify as British or Irish.
Yeah.
Give her a
But
lecture.
Lucinda was like, I wonder if you'd have thrown an Irish passport her way, she probably would have just shut down. She'd be like, yeah.
So, and then this guy commented again, Americans get off the bus at Belfast train station with euros and people in London look at Sterling Bank of Ireland notes like pesos.
Yeah.
And then another guy commented going, same anomaly, higher yard of Dublin, people driving to Donegal think they're not entering Northern Ireland and will say not driving into Northern Ireland in error, not covered, question mark.
Why would it say Donegal's in the north? Or
It is, yeah.
Donegal's
in the
not.
south?
Donegal's south.
Is it not in Northern Ireland though?
No.
Oh.
It's in Ulster.
I don't know
No.
what he means then.
No,
It's in
I
Ulster, but it's not in
know.
Northern
I
Ireland.
think what
Yeah.
they probably mean is maybe you have to drive through north
Yeah, you have to
part
drive
of the
through
north to
from
get to
Mana,
Donegal.
I think.
Oh yeah, maybe.
So do you know what I mean?
Silly Billy. And then this is one from the Alright Just Stop Wild thing video on Instagram. This guy, this big long comment, he goes, this will get lost in the comments, but trust this, the Just Stop Wild thing. He's like, they are being funded by not by the oil companies, backdoor funded through a billionaire paid for by the WEF in collaboration with the UK government. The plan is to get the entire population behind banning protests so that when the government overreach steps up a gear, the police will have to do as they're told to remove the opposition. Us, think about it, they're annoying everyone. Snooker, flower shows, every road in the country. How many people do you know are angry as these brainwashed commies? Nearly everyone. When the vote comes, better watch out. New World Order's on the way.
Oh my word!
It's funded by the Glazers.
I was like, what the fuck?
Ask Goldberg, he knows that.
What? So what's he trying to say? Is it's a coup? The
Look,
whole
what
Just
is-
Stop Oil thing is a coup, so people.
What is the WEF arm? Can you look it up there?
Was it
So-
WE for Echo?
Yeah.
He's basically
F?
saying he's getting
Yeah.
them to protest so that
The
They
World
can-
Economic Forum.
put a bad name on
Fair.
protesting.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I think.
I think it's basically saying like they're trying to put a bad name in protesting, so like when protests happen that the government don't want, they can basically be like to the police, fucking bang bang, end this,
Right.
enforce. them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
There's
they've
always
probably got,
one
like,
guy that thinks the government is behind it.
I think we
Yeah.
already talked about this
Yeah.
like last week, but
They have an ulterior motive, so there's something common that people would protest against, that they need the police to
yeah, basically.
be in a situation where they can use proper force
Yeah.
to prevent
Ooh.
it.
So if like this keeps getting out of hand, and the police will definitely eventually have to like step in and be like, we're gonna shoot you, like we're gonna have to use force if you don't stop. Because like you see the protests, the police are like, we can't touch them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like security guards in shopping malls. They can't really do anything.
Yeah.
They're just there for fancy. They're there for show. like.
Paul Blart. He fucking did something. He did something.
He did.
He
Paul
saved
Blart
the country.
Molotov. Yeah, but that's the answer to all these protests. Hey,
That's
Paul
not-
Blart.
That's sad.
I did read a comment, just going back to the one on the whole North and South thing. I read a comment from a girl, and it actually got me thinking. She was like, try living on the border and see how fun it gets.
I fucking
So
do.
when I look into it, no, her front yard is in the north and her backyard is in the south. So if she parks her car, if she insures her car in the north and parks it around her backyard and something happens, technically she wouldn't be insured.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
But imagine that, like.
That's insane. Like.
Imagine your backyard literally was like south, and you're like,
Yeah.
like I would love to hear more from someone to see how that like impacts him, because like what happens
her
with
on.
what happens with post?
Every morning she's like, I'm in the north. Nope. I'm in the south.
Yeah,
I remember when I was younger.
I wake up
hearing
in the morning
stories
in the
about that,
Republic and I eat my breakfast in the north.
yeah.
I remember hearing stories when I was younger about that. Like some, like during the Troubles, like their people would have been living on the right on the border. Like half their house was in it in the north, half was in the
Yeah.
south. So like one day it took chase from the police in the north.
Uh-huh.
So they just went to the house and went into their kitchen and they couldn't come near them. But like how exaggerated that is, I don't know. Maybe they've got to the border.
Imagine
and
like,
fuck,
Was
the,
there
like,
like
imagine the PSNI coming to your door and be like, oh, do you want a cup of tea? You're out of your jurisdiction.
was there like an RUC checkpoint in their hall,
there's a big wall going right through the middle of the house.
barrier and all? You're now entering Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
But the diesel station I go to in Katie, half it's in the south, half it's in the north. So
What?
4 of the pumps are in the south and 4 of them are in the north.
No, get out.
Swear to God.
Like, so how like
Shut
can
up.
you then pay with either euro
Oh, yeah.
or pounds, or if you use the 4 in the south you have to pay with euro, or if you use the 4 in the north you have
No,
to pay
you
with
can
pounds?
you can pay whatever like.
What's
but,
cheaper?
I think euro.
Okay.
I think that the pricing's in euro, so then they do.
Aaron's like, what
conversion.
petrol station's this? He's going to start going there.
Drive
Sorry,
There's
Ross.
actually
I'm away.
Ballymena to Katie. to
I'm
get
away.
petrol.
I'm waiting for man to get fuel here. One thing I thought was weird whenever the first time I ever went to your house in Katie was there's a or Middletown. It was no.
Don't fucking tar me with that brush. You
Fucking get that shit.
Anyway,
Yeah, right.
there was a I don't know whether it was. I don't really know geographically
Speak.
where I was, but I went through a small village. I believe it to be Katie,
Probably.
and there
Was
was
it
a
Katie?
petrol pump on the pavement.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
races.
races, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that still functional?
Yeah, that's
Get
been
out.
there for years. Like,
Wild awkward to
yeah.
get that if you're going towards your house.
You you never
Rip
see
all
anyone
that
go
way.
onto it. Like, it's on a bend too. Like,
Aye.
you know, like coming
Because
around the
I
corner.
sort of
and
drove
like pulling
past it.
out the fucking nightmares.
It's a con.
Yeah.
Like, it is a con.
I think I was actually with you. We saw something similar on the way back from a shit with work, and we drove past a petrol pump, and it was in the middle of the road. It was where the white line was, and you could just drive along, stop in the middle of the road, fill up for a bit, go park and run in. It was really quite strange. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Yeah.
See, they fill you up with that one, like, so you're not lingering about.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say,
even if
imagine
I-
you pull in and you're like, oh shit, my cap's at the right hand side. You have to pull it out onto the road now.
Sure, I had the card machine wasn't working one day. I went to it, and I was like, "Lad, I have to go here. Like, if your card machine's not working, like, couldn't walk around, and, you know, like, leave the car there." So I just had to go and came back later on, and paid him. Like,
Here we go.
Anyway, moving on. We'll get into some Am I the Asshole? Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
I'll go.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I'll go.
You go, girl.
I have one left over from last week that I wanted to chat to you about, but
I have 2, but I don't know which one to do. Keep one for next week.
keep one for next week as a wee surprise.
Right, wedding or sister-in-law? Pick one.
Sister-in-law.
Alright. So, I hate the way the word these. It's like my, as in me, 28 female.
Yeah.
Sister-in-law, Amy, 26 female.
Right.
Always comes to visit us from out of town. She stays with us instead of a hotel and always wants to go to expensive restaurants.
Ooh.
She always conveniently forgets her wallet
Ooh.
or comes up with some
Classic.
excuses as to why she can't pay her share. She's implied that since I make so much more money than her, I should be the one to pay. No, not my
Cheek.
husband should pay, but me specifically. I do make a fair amount of money, but not so much that I can treat someone every time they come into town. Nonetheless, in the past, I have just paid the bills and asked her to pay me back. She never has. Bitch. She had made a reservation at an extremely expensive restaurant last night. Before we left, I made it clear that I
She
wouldn't be
made the
paying her.
reservation.
She made the reservation.
Oh.
I made it clear that I wouldn't be paying her bill. This is where I might be the asshole. And I'll admit, I got this move straight from an episode of 2.5 Men. As we were leaving, her and my husband went to the car. I pretended I forgot something and went back inside. I found her wallet sitting right on top of her suitcase. I put it in my purse and we went to the restaurant. When we were done eating, I asked for separate bills. She said no. We need one bill because she forgot her wallet again. I reached in my purse and said, "This wallet."
Nice.
She was extremely furious. She said that I should not have touched or grabbed her wallet. So, am I the asshole for taking her wallet and bringing it to the restaurant?
Absolutely not.
Categorically not.
But it's not her property to take. I know it's in her
So
house.
I believe in this scenario, the woman is not the asshole, but at the same time, she could I think before she left the house, she should have went, "Here, Amy, mere here. Your wallet's sitting there. I don't want any of this shit.
Yeah.
Like when you get to the restaurant, this whole pat me down. Oh, I forgot my purse. There it is. I'm telling you, that's where it is. I'm asking to split the bill. If you haven't brought that thing, you're on your own.
It's the cheek of her actually booking the
Yeah.
fucking restaurant too. Like,
See, that's just.
I hated that. Like.
But you see,
Yeah.
that's the point. You've set the principle there. You haven't nipped that in the bud, so therefore it's allowed to linger. And now she's taking the hand.
Do you think she's to blame then?
Who?
The sister?
I think the way she's went about it
Is
is
she
probably
the
not.
asshole?
She's not the
Not-
asshole,
not the
but she
best.
needed to preemptively be the asshole.
With most "Am I the assholes?" there was a breakdown in communication.
Yeah.
We say that about almost all of
She
them.
probably
Yeah.
should have took the wallet, but like give it to her when she got in the car, being like, "Oh, I ran on the house there, seen your wallet land, thought I'd give it to you."
You forgot that.
Yeah.
Because then
fires out the window. On the
that
way.
there, she would
Oops.
have been like, "Oh, I didn't want to bring it. Why? Do you expect me to pay for everything?"
Aye, at
Yeah.
least
You know what
it's
I mean?
addressed before the bill comes down
You need
for the
to-
fucking meal.
You need to. I feel like they're using the whole forgetting the wallet thing as the point. The point is not forgetting the wallet. The point is she just doesn't want to pay.
But why would you even
Yeah.
go out for dinner with her then?
Exactly.
Do you know,
Yeah, take her to KFC. Or
I feel
something,
like there is
something
people
cheap and
like
cheerful
that,
if you're gonna pay
though.
for it, like.
if you're hosting them, they feel like I think that is the thing. You know? Like
Yeah.
if people are going to your house, or if you're going taking but I suppose if you're taking someone out for dinner, like,
Yeah.
but you can't be booking it and then
Yeah.
being like, "Oh yeah, pay for that."
Yeah. Aye.
Too far. I
Correct.
will say she was not ruled not the asshole.
And in these scenarios and times like these where it's so simple to literally just be like, "Will we go for dinner?" Here, like we went out for dinner on Saturday night. There was 3 couples.
Yeah.
It was literally like Bill came. I was like, "Bosh."
Monzo.
Literally as soon as it happened, Neil was like, "So I'll split that with some Monzo." I went, "Yeah, that's grand."
Yeah, and I reckon
Done.
off like
I think both of us paid it at the
Yeah,
table. didn't we?
literally,
Yeah.
but like, there's no excuse.
wallet's not an excuse anymore. Like
Yeah.
in these days, like
but-
Oh, especially. Yeah.
if you're
Do
filming,
you believe though, if someone is on a higher income, that should be an expectation?
no,
Don't know. Like, I don't think it's
maybe with your partner or something
Yeah.
like. But if you're going out
Yeah.
with,
I think if you're making a good bit more, like,
why would you want to like?
well,
Why would you want like if someone's like making it like say they're like you got a promotion in work or something, you're making a lot more money than your mate, them being like, I've got a big promotion here, I'll take everyone out, I'll treat you all.
Yeah.
That's fair enough, but like if you're going out as a mutual decision together, like
Yeah, it's not
you're
the
not-
rule.
Yeah.
There's an exception to the
Yeah,
rule, but it's
no.
not the rule.
I think
It's
with household income and couples is different. Like,
yeah,
like if you're making like 60k and your partner's making like half that, like,
yeah,
like you could
Yeah.
pay
It's shared
more,
income,
a
yeah.
bigger percentage.
But I think
of the
that's a
bills.
different scenario because obviously that way you kind of are like double income. Like your income is technically, it's all kind of shared.
Yeah.
It all goes
Yeah.
towards the same thing. I think the scenario when you're out and there's like, "Oh well, here he's earning 42k a year. I'm only on 28.
Yeah.
He should be paying." No, I think it's like you're not earning money. You don't go for that promotion. You don't earn that higher amount to treat other people.
But
yeah.
you don't want to.
Do
You
you know what
wouldn't
I
want to
mean?
be treated differently. Like,
No,
No.
you know what I
definitely
mean?
not.
The same
no.
person who does that will be like, "Oh, you're a big shot. You
Yeah.
make your
Yeah.
class." But then it's
Mhm.
like,
Aye.
Yeah.
but then you don't want to pay for your drinks.
Aye.
Like, fuck.
But
me.
like, I know if us all went out and you were earning 65k a year and me
Yeah.
and him were earning 30,
yeah.
like I know the one thing that me and you would probably say is, "Oh, here, you getting this?" Like, and laughing about it. But
Yeah.
I know
You've
for
never-
if you,
yeah.
we'd be like, "Oh, here, split that."
Me and you went out with work before, and there's people in work that earn a decent whack more than us, and I'd feel seriously rare
Yeah.
if one of the senior managers or the directors turned around and went, "Here,
Yeah.
I'm going to pay for your meal per boy."
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Fuck."
I think it's a different scenario in that scenario where if you're in work and like someone really high up goes, "Here, I'm taking the team out." That's
Yeah.
grand. But like we
You'd
have
still offer, like,
we
you'd still
have
offer
been
to
in
pay,
it.
like.
We have been in a scenario where like a senior manager or something's come over from like England or something,
Yeah.
and you go out for pints or whatever, and like I have been in the scenario where it's like the third round, and he goes, "No, I'll get," and I'm like, "No, like." No offense, but no, like I don't care what your income is. Like you didn't offer to take us all out. We all said, "Let's go out
Yeah.
and show you a bit of Belfast." But that doesn't mean you should be fronting for everybody because like that's not, you know what I mean? It's not a respectful thing to do. Just rip the piss out of someone because equally you don't know. Someone has a higher income, but they could have a higher, outgoings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah. Interesting conversation. I found this one. Instead of it's "Am I the asshole?" it's "Would I be the asshole?"
Okay.
So if
Plot
this
twist.
girl's
They're
listening,
thinking about it.
we've got the answers for you. So I, a female 33, agreed to go on a trip with a friend who is a 28 female. And her friend group like so pointless to know this. But anyway, this girl agreed to go on a trip with her friend and her friend group. So basically, she's agreed to go on a trip with her mate and then her mate's mates, right? She doesn't really know anyone other than her friend. I wanted to go to save some money, so I booked a different, cheaper flight than them. Later that week, my friend announced that she is pregnant and she is not going on the trip. I was happy for her, but also a little bit stressed about having to travel with these strangers. I decided to be brave and tough it out when she assured me they are good people. Unfortunately, their flight got cancelled, so they booked another one, but 2 days earlier. We still depart at the same time. Now they want me to pay for those 2 extra days of accommodation that I won't be there. I said I'm not comfortable with that, but I am willing to split the cost of the days that I'm there evenly amongst us. The trip is in 3 weeks and we are meeting tomorrow to discuss everything. But honestly, if they don't agree to my terms, I'm ready to cancel the trip and with them and travel on my own because I don't think I would feel comfortable. Would that make me an asshole?
I don't think so.
Don't think so, no.
I think that's cheeky of them to ask her to pay.
Yeah.
Like.
That's stupid. Like.
For
Yeah.
2 days, she's not even there.
Yeah.
Especially the fact they don't know her.
Yeah. So this is the thing, is like, I was reading it and I kind of thought, but surely you decide as a group, you've been the awkward one there and been like, I'm going like a couple of days later. But then when I kind of thought about it, I was like, do you know what? No, it's free. You know, you don't owe them anything. You don't know them. Do you know what I mean? And you're perfectly entitled to go, do you know what? I can't afford to go the 5 days, so I'll only go the 3.
Am I right in saying that they, like, she was going to be there for the full time originally, but then they extended the trip?
Yeah.
All right, so she was going to be there the full time, and then some people
Yeah.
decided.
Sorry. Yeah.
So they decided to
book the trip 2 days earlier.
So
'cause
the
their flight got cancelled.
TLDR is she's going on this trip. Some people then
Rewind.
decided
What's a TLDR?
too long didn't read.
My God, this is why we pay him the big bucks.
Massive money.
You're taking us
So
out for dinner
basically,
later.
they're am I fuck? So basically they were going on a holiday, say for a week, and then they've decided to extend that until 10 days, but then expecting her to pay for the days she's not there.
I believe so. Yeah, that's the way.
Well, that's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
So no, she's not the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair
Suppose
play.
Their sort of view from it is that they had no choice because the flight was cancelled.
Yeah.
But still, it's
Oh,
not,
It's not
surely
her
there
fault.
was
It's
a
not her
flight,
fault. Like,
Surely there was a flight that wasn't 2 days early. Like.
even a day after, they'd probably be safer going.
Yeah.
Like, or like, I'm sure, yeah.
That's cheeky of them. Like.
Yeah.
I don't think she'd be that.
No,
So.
crack on. You're not the asshole. Let fly.
That'd be an awkward one too, trying to tell them to fuck off if you
Yeah.
don't know them. Like.
Exactly.
Like if it was your mates, at least you'd just go, nah, fuck that, like. I'm not doing that.
Mm.
Anyway, moving on. Last segment of the day. Question time.
Here we go.
You have someone, you know someone from abroad who is coming to visit Northern Ireland for the first time. What would your number one recommendation be for them to do
Get back in the plane and go
during
home.
their visit to Northern Ireland? And you cannot say fucking Giant's Causeway or Titanic, and if you do, I'll fucking take you around the back and shoot you in the head.
That's very Northern Ireland.
Very northern, very bad, very fucking.
It's so
Bad
hard
man.
to pick something that doesn't involve drinking.
I would personally
Okay.
say hire a car and do the coast.
That's Ireland though. Oh, the north
Do
coast.
part of the
Yeah.
Wild Atlantic Way. Yeah.
I'd take them into Belfast and go to the pubs there. Because I just think the,
And the
the
cathedral
live
quarter, like.
music and all,
Hard to
the
beat
drink,
that. Like,
do you know, I feel like it's hard to beat.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't really get that much places though. Even like your boy Andrew Ryan, like saying that, like it's the best place he's been in the whole Ireland. Like
Yeah.
live music, the people. Do
I
you know
would
what I mean?
feel though that it depends what type of person your friend is. If they're more a sightseer than if they're more a doer than a, you know what I mean? Because you just go into pubs and end up rat-arsed and
I know.
you know what I
But I
mean?
just think it's a good an experience. I just
Yeah.
think like with the whole like, Wild Atlantic Way, for me, it's like you're coming over and you're spending your whole time driving around, walking about.
I think it's so
No.
accessible. Like you could do like Glenarm, Cushendall, stop in at a pub,
Mm.
like go see like Cushendon Caves. The Game of Thrones was shot. Then you go on to Ballintoy. You know what I mean? You're actually like seeing and absorbing things. I would say like a massive thing you can't forget is Belfast. Like you can't turn around and even Derry.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like go to the Depends how long they have. How long do they have?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's fine. Unlimited time.
So I'd fly into Belfast, do a day in Belfast, take them to the pubs, then the next day do the coast.
What about you merge the two together? You start in Belfast and then you do the Wild Atlantic
Way
pub
to
crawl.
Derry.
And you start in Belfast, you go all the way around up to Derry, and you stop off at pubs in every town in the way.
Yeah. That'll be a good one.
The black cab tours are meant to be good.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Partly
Take them
so,
around
yeah.
some of the troubles, like historical monuments and stuff like that. That would be interesting.
Mhm.
Take them to the Holy Lands for a night. Just to experience that.
Yeah.
Just drop them off there.
So I think we got to a pretty good point there.
Yeah.
Can I evolve the question because it's
Yeah.
just popped into my mind? You two are from the Armagh area.
Yeah.
Somebody's visiting Armagh. What are you doing in Armagh with them?
Leave.
Jesus.
Bagel bean.
This is-
Bagel bean, definitely. Hey.
like my uncle lives in San Francisco and he comes home like every year or so, and like he takes his wife home with him, and that's just you don't know where to go with them. Like there's like a restaurant that's just outside Katie and Shields is like that's where you go for dinner, but like there's nothing to do in Katie to like
Navan Fort in Armagh.
no, like where do you go? Like
The
the
cathedral-
planetarium maybe, like
the planetarium.
So you've got one day to spend in Armagh, anywhere in the county. Is it county?
there's
Yeah, anywhere in the
really
county.
nothing in Armagh to do.
If they've never been, like you could take them to like a Gaelic game at the athletic ground. or
Maybe,
something.
yeah, I suppose that would be good. Like,
If
That
I've
would be
never
good.
seen that.
yeah, yeah.
I can imagine it was an American coming over. They'd be going nuts for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bagel bean, breakfast,
Bagel bean.
go to game, go to
Yeah.
your La Dolce and Yuri,
Go back to Bagel Bean for lunch.
go watch a game, go to
Go to
the
the
pub.
Armagh
Red
Planet.
Neds is a nice pub like in Armagh.
Mm.
There is nice pubs though.
Go to
Yeah,
Armagh
there's-
Planetarium.
You can go to the planetarium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably not a big deal to us, but people be like fucking planetarium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a
only
good attraction.
planetarium.
It is pretty cool, yeah.
Is it Northern Ireland or Ireland that's the only planetarium?
No idea.
I'm not sure.
I think it's Northern Ireland. I think there's one in Meath or something like that.
The cathedral's a big thing, like people fucking love it. Like.
I suppose historical things really that's around Armagh. I don't really know much about my history. Take them to the prison maybe. I think they're doing. Are they doing visits in it anymore?
Take
There's a
them
prisoner, women's prison in Armagh.
Right?
They're not in it.
Active?
But no.
Oh, right, okay.
They used to do tours. I don't think they do them
They just
anymore.
take you around to meet the inmates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose it would
Oh.
probably be better if you had someone who was a bit of
he's had
a
an
history buff,
epiphany.
like
The penalty kick was invented in Armagh.
take them out to
Yeah.
fucking where do you call that?
Was in Middleford.
Milford, like
Very
just,
good.
just a housing estate, like.
Has so much history.
This is where it
Right.
was created by.
Very good.
I'm now going to pivot the question
Oh,
round to my Ballymena co guy.
Oh,
okay.
So
go guy.
we
Cool
could
guy.
maybe discuss, but the question is to you. Person's coming over in Ballymena and the surrounding Ballymena area, what you would consider the Ballymena area.
Mm-hmm.
One day, what are they doing? You should have known I was going to come to you for this question as well.
Take them into the Tar Centre.
Galgorm, like.
Take them into Fairhill and tell them to suss out the new parking. No, I would probably take them to the likes of like the wee country villages. Like you probably go to the likes of Bersheen, take them to the Thatch, climb Slemish,
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Slemish,
See
yeah, fair
Ballymena.
play.
come back down again. Maybe go to a Ballymena United game or something.
Oh wow, yeah.
Ballymena Korean, get them involved.
What about the Galgorm?
Yeah, you take them to Galgorm, but it's not really like, I think like going to like Bersheen and going to like Thatch or something would be nice, wee authentic, like
Yeah, that would be cool.
What's that?
Climb Slimish, come back down, go to the Ballymena game, play Coleraine, who we beat a couple of days ago.
Yeah, 3-1.
I hope.
And,
Yeah,
Is there
that'll
any
be
other
it.
sites or anything in Ballymena
No.
apart from yourselves?
it's a
trying to
shopping,
think.
it's a
Yeah.
shopping town mainly,
Yeah.
like,
I
isn't
didn't
it?
get it.
You know,
Yeah.
He's missed that one though.
What do you say?
not gonna be a lot of.
I goes, is there
Ballymena.
any other sites in Ballymena apart from used to?
No,
Hey,
yo.
nice.
Anyway,
So
that's a good thing to end on. Anyway,
Moral of the story is go to Armagh, Ballymena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yo.
Yo.
I don't go to either of
No,
them.
just go to Belfast or something.
But anyway, listen, it's been a pleasure. If you had to bring a tourist over to your own area, what would you do? Where would you take them to? We'd love to know. But anyway, we'll end it there. Thanks for listening, and we will speak to you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.